Hey, this is Brett the Hitman Hart, and you're listening to the Smacked Raw podcast.
I'm like, okay, well, has this always been a thing? Where have I been?
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Smacked Raw podcast. One of the only wrestling podcasts you need to listen to on Friday nights. We are your host, Kyle Tyson, and of course, RN. What is going on, man?
What's good, boss man?
Shoot, not much. I haven't seen you in a while. How you been holding up?
Pretty good. Just living this sober life.
Living this sober life, hanging on 2 weeks into your New Year's resolution?
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah, man. I've already failed mine. Mine was get healthy. I ate the biggest meal I think I've ever had from Ruby Tuesdays the other day. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm gonna see how that. The end of this month, we're supposed to go into this huge ass wedding in Key West. So I'm at least try and go this whole month and then reset February 1st.
No, you got this, man. You got it.
No, I kind of want to drink there. It's gonna be so like it's a bunch of us, friends and stuff, and everybody getting together. And it's in Florida in January, so it's like we'll see what happens.
It's a tough. That's a tough one to turn down, right?
That's what I'm saying. It's like, God.
Hey, listen, if you guys are new to the show, we are a wrestling recap show. Tonight, we're going to be covering SmackDown Live. Just went off the air about a half hour ago. You can catch us live every week on twitch.tv/puttingyouover. We air on there Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays. And then we do our pay-per-view recaps on there. If you want to watch our NXT recaps, you can catch that live on Thursday nights on twitch.tv/SmackDown Podcast. And of course, if you miss any of our live shows, we are on YouTube, youtube.com/SmackDown Podcast. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell. We just surpassed 200 subscribers. Thank you guys very much. That's awesome. I really am truly grateful for that. YouTube has been a tough nut to crack. I know 200 really isn't much to many people. It means a lot to us. So that's pretty badass.
Absolutely.
Another thing that's badass is you should support your writers over at WrestlingNewsWorld.com. These guys are very talented. They're kind enough to make us their exclusive recap show on their website. Very good writers over there. Definitely check them out. And then, yeah, I think that's it, right? Patreon? Oh, yeah. You go ahead and plug the Patreon. I forgot, dude. I have to go back and get a soundbite of Kevin. He plugs our Patreon better than anybody. I'm going to lie.
Oh, bro, it's different every week. That's the worst part. Like, it's never the same.
I got to go back and clip that from, Kev, remind me. What show was it I told you I needed to clip it from? I'll do it here, though. But going forward, I'm going to have a soundbite for Kevin. Patreon.com/SmackDown Podcast. This is where you can financially support the show. Give us a couple dollars every month. We'll reward you with various types of merchandise, whether it be stickers, t-shirts. Our top tier will even plug you. If you got something going on, you do a podcast, maybe you have like a Twitch gaming stream, we'll go ahead and sponsor your content all month long. We'll drop links, shout outs, everything, maybe even footage if you want us to include that in our broadcast. So head on over to patreon.com/SmackDown Podcast. Subscribe today. And of course, thank you to everyone else that already is subscribed. Oh, man. Okay, that's good. I'm done with my corporate shtick.
Corporate strill.
Yeah. This feels weird, man. SmackDown, man. It's pretty good.
Yeah, we can officially say that SmackDown is no longer the C show. Like there hasn't been a bad show since Roman's got back.
Yeah.
There've been some okay shows, but there hasn't been any like flat out ass shows like there was before he got back.
You see they borrowed Fox's 8K cameras tonight.
No, I didn't even.
You didn't even realize that? Oh man, no. During the entrances.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Now I just realized what you say. Yeah, like it was like the football games this weekend had that same kind of view where we're like zoom in on the players.
Yeah, and bokeh or blurred out the backgrounds really good.
Yeah. I did notice that. I didn't even think about it.
Yeah, that's gonna make thumbnails really easy. They do all the work right there.
Facts.
What else, man? What did we get in here tonight? That was pretty cool. Everything with the Roman segments throughout the whole night. All of it was gold. I think Heyman did the bulk of the work tonight. Him and Adam Pearce.
Yeah.
But everyone did their part. Nakamura is officially face. That's a thing. Everybody's commenting on his music. I do kind of like the dynamic of where does he go with Cesaro, who's a heel, still confirmed.
That's I thought it was going to turn on him. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah. We have more Billy Kay stuff with the Riot Squad. That's going to be fun to talk about. And then Daniel Bryan every week is the person they put over the most as far as the upcoming Royal Rumble. Could it be just they're delivering the finish, or is it going to be a red herring? We will discuss all that tonight.
Let go.
Yeah, let's go. Kicked off the show tonight with... let me get back in my notes. Excuse my language. Contract is being kind of dismissed by Heyman, the way he's talking about it. It's like it's the same old jargon every week or every contract. They just interchange the pay-per-view names and the participants. But he says that Roman's match should have a stipulation and that he will get it done. So he says he's going to take responsibility for the contract. Afterwards, we do get a follow-up match. Jey Uso taking on Shinsuke Nakamura. Says he's falling in line with Roman Reigns now, saying that everyone needs to be thankful for Roman. Thank you. And the family he drops is about to expand. I caught that little line. And with Apollo Cruz backstage, it looks to be so. However, you feel like it should be just Samoans and legit family, right?
No, that was Bama that said that. I said I wasn't against it.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying if you wanted to go the Samoan route, there's hella guys that you can say are Samoan, and you don't have to say that they're Samoan. You don't have to say that they are or aren't. But I just want him to have a squad. Like, you can't. That's my main thing. Like, so I popped hard for when I seen Apollo in his office and he was talking to him. Like,
didn't we go over last Friday like racial ambiguous people?
Yeah, that's what I said. You throw in people where you don't have to say they're Samoan, but you also don't have to say they're not Samoan.
Yeah,
so
they just have dark hair and kind of a tan. They'll blend in.
Not good, not super white, but not black either. So just a couple mixed dudes, light skinned dudes, a couple Hispanic dudes. Don't give a shit. Just throw, as long as they got long wet hair, throw them in.
Oh man, I do like that he dropped Oldberg. He says, because Jay announces that he's going to be in the Royal Rumble and he's going to go on to take on Raw's champion, whether it be Drew McIntyre or Oldberg or whoever else might have the belt come then. Nakamura officially comes out, got his old theme back. Cesaro comes out during their match. Cesaro on commentary announces that he's in the Royal Rumble. Jay tries his best to cheat to win. However, Nakamura gets his knees up during a splash, hits the Kinshasa for the victory. The right person won in this match. Honestly, though, I kind of wish it was a squash match. I mean, we've built up Jay a lot. I get why you can't have that. But you really want to see a rocket strapped to Nakamura after the gauntlet match. You know,
this is when I knew he wasn't going to be in the title match.
Yep.
This is when I knew, because if it was, why would you do this? Like, there was no reason. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you think they're going to go the predictable route? Cesaro turns on him and Cesaro feud.
Yep, guarantee that's what's going to happen. That's what I thought. That's what I thought was going to cost him the match, and Uso was going to get the win, and that's how they went there. But like, I knew once this was like a long drawn out match, and he didn't squash him, and he like I knew that what this was like. This was them. Last week was them throwing us a bone, having somebody unexpected and knock of all people getting the shine, and then like, oh, see, look, he's still winning, but really he's not fucking going anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I have the same feeling coming out. I mean, they gave Nakamura some momentum in that gauntlet match. It was just enough to turn him face.
Mm-hmm.
But what proceeded this week, leads me to believe that it's going to be him and Cesaro. I'll touch on that later on when I came to that realization. Backstage, Sonya Deville is giving Adam Pearce a pep talk when the contract first appears. Paul Heyman delivers it to him, announces it's going to be a no DQ match is what they want initially.
Right.
Adam Pearce says, this is just your way so you can injure me. He says, whatever, screw it though. I'll go ahead and sign. He signs pretty quickly, gives the contract back to Heyman, sends him back over to Roman. And then we get a follow-up from the match. Jey Uso threatening Charles Robinson's job. This is kind of interesting because Little Nate can play a heel ref.
Yeah.
And if the Roman family can get a ref, under their thumb,
right,
a ref in their pocket, that would be an interesting dynamic. Get us heel Little Nate back.
They need all of this. Like, I don't know why they are, like, I understand, like, what they're doing, and I get it, but, like, if you're going to play this and keep pushing this, like, tribal shit, mob shit, whatever you want to call it, he has to start doing some things that are evil and that are – because right now, what has he really done that's evil? Jumped a couple people. Like, he hasn't really done any real heel shit yet. So having a referee in your back pocket that you paid off, crime boss stuff to me. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know why they're so, like, hesitant to, like, really go balls to the wall heel with him. Like, give him everything. Like, if you're gonna set him up for this, you already gave him the best heel manager of all time. You gave him a lackey to take ass whoopings and go give out ass whoopings if he need to. Give him a ref, give him a heater, give him a bodyguard. You know what I'm saying? Like, play this out. If you're gonna say he's the boss and the head of SmackDown table, do it.
They planted the seeds for it, man. They planted the seeds. You got Apollo, like I said, Apollo hanging out with Heyman, talking smack segment with Heyman last week.
Right.
Fire stuff, man. And then tonight.
That's the first time I watched Talking Smack in it forever.
And tonight was the icing on the cake. It was very subtle. It was very quick.
Yeah.
It could be nothing. We could be reading into nothing, but the idea
probably going to be nothing, but the fact that they did do it, like,
Will Nate reacted though. He reacted when Jey Uso threatened, like, he said something along the lines like, "You want to keep your job," or something, and that caught his attention. And
that was that was probably the thing that stuck out to me the most out of this entire show was that little, like, segment. Like, there was no reason to have that. Like,
no, that would have been a throwaway segment. Yeah. I hope it leads to heel Little Nate, man.
Yes, I don't understand what go full out, like, and that's the thing too. You got Paul too, so, like, you never have to see Roman interact with any of these people.
Yeah,
these people that he's paying off. You know what I'm saying? You send your guy, your lieutenant, to do these things. You don't get your hands dirty. So, like, we don't even have to. You don't even have to see them have any type of interaction with Roman.
He'll have this huge force, this huge infrastructure built up going into WrestleMania. Lil Nate, the paid-off ref. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The henchman, Apollo Cruz sitting in the timekeeper's table.
Yep.
Jey and Jimmy Uso standing ringside, literally stacking the deck, like, to unsurmountable odds to whoever takes him on, man.
Right. For Big E or Daniel Bryan, whoever it ends up being.
Whoever it is, yeah. Street Profits, they cut a promo after losing their titles last week. They just say that, because they were champs for so long, of course they had to take the challenge even after Montez Ford got hurt. Throwaway segment, but they do say they're going to run it back. They name dropped Rudolph on air, though.
Yeah.
That was kind of a nice touch. I was happy to hear Rudolph.
Is one of them injured, or are they just kind of giving them, like, just some time off, I guess? Because they have been on every damn show for the past
Street Profits?
Right? Yeah.
I mean, 300 plus days in a row, man.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I wonder if they just gave them some time off, like, not like time off, but give them a little time to recharge. You know what I'm saying?
Interesting, man. Roman's talking to Apollo Crews backstage, essentially looking like he's giving him a lesson. Is kind of the vibe I got here. Heyman returns with the contract, announces to Roman it's a no DQ match. And Roman, looking kind of put off, says, "I don't want a no DQ match. I want a last man standing match." Hands the title back to Heyman, who at this point looks pretty shook. You never want to disappoint the tribal chief, Yeah. Roman says, "Consider it." At this point, I consider it handled. And it leaves Heyman scurrying off. I love Heyman being able to go ahead, show his fear around Roman, but by the time he's goes to where he has to go, he's got that car salesman, that uber slimy, confident sales pitch.
Because he knows he's got the devil behind him. That's it's like I said, it's real crime mob shit, man. It's like, you got the big guy in your back pocket. Like, even though you're scared shitless of him and you don't know if he's going to literally throw you in the lake, every time you go to his office. But you know, if he sends you to do something, and it doesn't get done, you know that he's behind you, ready to wreck some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's my thing though. Like, you can't keep pulling this and not have any soldiers. It can't just be you and Baby Cuz on holding this entire roster down. Like, it just doesn't make sense in any way, shape, or form, kayfabe or real life. Like, you with two dudes holding down an entire roster of athletic monsters who want your spot. It doesn't make sense in any way, shape, or form.
No, you're absolutely right. And, WWE, kudos to, them and Heyman realizing very well Heyman could lean into the scared manager. Yeah. I'm just an advocate. Like, how many times when he was Brock's guy, I'm just an advocate, and he was scared, trying to convey what he needed to get done. Instead, manning up in those times, turning it around. It's a positive that Adam Pearce needs to be in this last man standing match, really putting the sales pitch in, man. As a salesperson myself, I appreciated that out of Paul.
Thanks. Yeah. And my thing too, I just like that Paul's Paul, but he's a different Paul. He's not the same Paul he was with Brock. Him and Brock were more equals, more business partners. Now now with Roman, like you said, it's the chicken shit scary stuff. Like, he's genuinely scared. Like, to me, that's some of the best interactions and stuff that they have is his facials and just the things he does when he's not even talking, to where you really start, you can feel what he's trying to portray. Like, I mean, he's a goat.
After so many years of playing the character he did with Brock, it just lends to the man's talent. He knows how to tweak just enough to make this time different and special. Right. And it's not just Brock's advocate supporting Roman. It's a completely different role. Yeah, fantastic stuff. I'll never get tired of that. Speaking of getting tired, I missed a lot of this match. I think you did too. It's when Natalya comes on screen, listen, I know it's our job to recap the show. It was hard to pay attention. I think I was doing something at this point with Gavin. I think I was running through some of his Taekwondo stuff because I was like, Gavin, we got a minute. Yeah, I'll help you out. But
I just flat out doze off. Like not even doze off. Like, just literally blank off, stare into space. Like, my hatred is at such an all-time high with her. Like, I literally was watching the show, and I remember the Riot Squad coming out, and that's it.
Well, Billy Kay coming out trying to dress as the Riot Squad is hilarious because it's like your 35-year-old aunt trying to be cool at the high school party and stuff. It was, Billy Kay is fantastic.
I just don't understand, how did they think that Peyton Royce was the star out of that group? Like, what were they thinking? Like, you could see it. You could always see it. I think she's even better in the ring than Peyton too, honestly.
Peyton's got a hell of a finish, though. I'll give her that. Peyton's got that hell of that twisting brain buster move. It's fantastic. If only she was on TV to use it, though.
Exactly. Or she had any type of real personality or any type of anything that's memorable besides her finisher.
Yeah. Roadshow in the chat says, did I miss anything with Sonya and Heyman tonight? Heyman, yes. Sonya, no. Heyman was on his A game tonight, and Sonya Deville was just like a supporting character to Adam Pearce. But I did see that the finish of the match saw Billy Kay on the outside, rubbing, I think, like Tamina the wrong way, and Tamina chased her through the ring. She ended up distracting, not Ruby Riott, Liv Morgan, who was in the match, and Liv got rolled up by Natalya. And that's how that match went down. Already dissension. Billy Kay causing trouble in the Riot Squad.
I don't understand why it always has to be Natalya. Like,
I don't know. So this was interesting though. Dominic on commentary. It was weird hearing that kid put a headset on.
Yeah.
I gotta say his dad, Rey Mysterio, was having a match with Baron Corbin. Couldn't tell you a damn thing that happened in that match because Corey Graves dug into Dominic so hard during this match, completely distracted from whatever was going on in the ring.
Shit. 90% of it, they had the camera on Dominic anyway. Like,
yeah, this was.
I'm like, did they forget it was a match?
The story's about Dominic, which, I mean, it should be. It really should be.
I'm not mad at it. and he's better on the mic than anybody should have hoped for him to be. Being that Rey Mysterio is his dad, and he's what, like not even 2 years in the business.
God no, yeah. I mean, I don't know how long. I mean, obviously he's probably been doing stuff behind the scenes most of his life. But no, Corey Graves was just laying into Dominic as Ray was losing. Like, Dominic, why don't you get up there and help your dad? Why don't you do this? And Dominic's like, well, I respect my dad. He's been doing this for 30 years. He probably knows how to handle himself. And Corey Graves was just pretty much appalled that Dominic wouldn't help his dad to cheat to win. At one point, Baron Corbin comes down, I think like twice. Baron shoves him once and then comes down later in the match and actually strikes him. And there ends up being a spot where I guess there was like, I missed the ending, but I feel like Dominic tried to help Ray at that point, and I think wound up costing him the match, if I recall correctly.
I don't know. I can't remember either.
Yeah. Afterwards, though, backstage, Ray's telling Dominic, like, you know, you can't just go after Corbin. You have to respect him. Essentially, Corbin is he'll beat the crap out of you. You're not ready, kid.
Is this where they bring in Damian Priest, you think?
I think so. Yeah, Damian Priest needs something, because Ray tells Dominic we need a plan, and I think Ray says he's got one. Yeah, he's probably going to bring in Damian Priest, which kudos to Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns, like standing up saying it, because that was the report, was Damian Priest was supposed to help out Kevin Owens. They're like, this makes no sense. You know, like, we don't know each other.
Well, I also like, too, how they came out and tried to make it a Roman thing, and then another report came out and said that, no, this was a Kevin Owens thing. Roman just supported it and agreed with it.
Yeah. Bama says, Corey Graves is becoming my favorite heel commentator since JBL. For one, JBL, and two, Graves has his moments, I think. I mean, the guy's extremely talented. Don't get me wrong. He's extremely talented, but there are times when it's like, dude, it's too much. Like, let off the gas pedal a little bit.
I think that that's on purpose, though.
Yeah.
And to me, he's the best announcer they have.
I just don't like it, like I said, in situations where all of a sudden I realize I'm paying way more attention to commentary than the match itself. And I get commentary at times has to tell a story that's going on outside of the ring. But I find it's like, I don't know. To me, it's like, okay, if a wrestling match is going on, the majority of your attention needs to be on the match. You don't need to have, what was it? It wasn't that long ago. You had an angle go on SmackDown where you didn't even catch the finish of a women's match in the ring because the camera was focused on Graves or something like an angle that was going on. I think it was like Seth Rollins threatening Samoa Joe or something. And there was a women's match going on, and the finish happened in the ring, and the cameras didn't even catch it because commentary had story going on. But
also, dude, that's not on Corey Graves. The camera is not catching what's on the ring. Like,
I know, man, but it's just my take.
Like I said, I think that's purposely done to counteract all the fucking positivity and lameness that Michael Cole has and how reserved he is. But to me, like I said, he's the best announcer they have. He's one of the best announcers in the entire business to me.
Katie, who's my Jamie, who fact checks me during the show, she says it was on Raw and it was Mickie James' return match. I remember now.
Well, it was Mickie James, so we didn't.
It was her return match, man.
You shouldn't be returning.
Bama asks, RN, do you like Corey Graves or Wade Barrett more?
Corey Graves, but I like Wade Barrett too, but I like Corey Graves better. I definitely liked him better in NXT.
Yeah. Oh, me too. Yeah, me too. Heyman's sales pitch to Pierce for the last man standing essentially just gives Pierce the contract. He does everything Roman says he was supposed to do, but does it like it's coming from Heyman. And I love that. He put the spin on it. Roman forced him to do this. You couldn't tell from Heyman's pitch. But he gives him the contract, says, I look forward to seeing you sign it in the ring tonight. Once again, doing Roman's bidding in a fantastic
Which is,
way.
Again, it's more some street shit. As you're not supposed to say, hey, the big boss of the crime family says that he wants you to do this. No. It's supposed to be, he's not supposed to have any fingerprints or any line of sight to anything at all. That's on you to take care of. Like you said, I consider it done. I told you what I needed done.
You get it. Dude, RN gets it, man. So reports all week have mentioned a new segment debuting on SmackDown. It's another talk show. Who saw that coming?
I missed it, so
dude, you didn't miss jack. You missed a couple memes. Okay, listen, I'm not gonna crap on anybody that's in here. It's just that it's like, God, we are oversaturated with talk shows. It's the debut of Ding Dong Hello, Bailey's talk show. Her first guest, Bianca Belair. Daly's got like a door. They do some like cheesy like sitcom music. Yeah. Even with like opening graphics and everything, which they treated it just a little bit different.
Right.
Bailey came out looking like Ricky Lake or the superhero's costume designer from The Incredibles is what she looked like. But yeah, I mean, it was just at that point after the intro was done, all the uniqueness of it was scrubbed away, and it was just her chemistry with Bianca Belair, which there's plenty of. There's plenty of.
This is just the writing team just lazy and not having any type of creativity. Like, how can you be called a creative team and they never give you anything creative?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and act like I can come up with a new segment, off the top of my head. But
how about not come up with a new segment? How about just have a match?
Have a match would be nice.
I mean,
here's where it gets. This is where I cringe because I have flashbacks of some of like WWE's worst stuff, and they're going to that well. They're digging into the well of some of the worst crap they produced, because during this segment, Bailey just takes offense to Bianca being so confident. Calling herself the EST, the best, and everything. That's the whole driving factor. So instead of a match, we're going to get an obstacle course challenge. Bailey challenges Bianca Belair to an obstacle course, which I don't know if you saw this. I had flashbacks of Sami Zayn, his whole run with Bobby Lashley. They did an obstacle course thing. It was garbage, and it led us to the Bobby's three sisters. Yeah, we're digging into that well. That's the stuff you pull up that you want to repeat, the Sammy and Bobby stuff that nobody liked.
And this is the thing about SmackDown, it's a tale of two shows. Because all the Roman shit you can tell is clearly written or produced by Paul Heyman. And then everything else.
Drink after thinking about that. Go ahead.
And then everything else is this shit. Normal WWE stuff that they think. Like, I just want to know, like, what focus group or, like, where do they get the information that people like this shit? Or even anything like it. I like who is in Vince's ear telling, like, yeah, that's it, boss. That's it. Like,
Vince just turns on television from 1994 and says, let's do that. Kind of like what Bama suggests. We need Mark Summers. This is Double Dare.
Literally. Like, it just boggles my mind, like, how behind, like, all wrestling is like a weird, like, a decade behind and everything, because these dudes are carnies and it just is what it is. But like, WWE is like so stuck in like the early 90s still, and not the good part about the 90s, not the ass and tits and blood and violence and stuff that we got to see on TV as kids that we should.
We try not to cuss, but we'll throw out ass and tits.
Right. The good parts of the 90s. The cheesy, like you said, Mark Summers slime. They might as well just start sliming people, bro. Just get out the way. Just slime him. Every time a dude loses a match, just slime him on the damn stage and get it over with. Like,
I mean, yeah, bring back that stuff. Let's not make it out. At best, it'll be par. Like, it will fall on a segment that no one really cares about. That's at best. At its worst, it'll be god awful. It'll be super cheesy. Just don't do what Sammy and Bobby did, and they made some makeshift obstacle course around the ring. Right. Do it pre-taped. Go to, like, I don't know, like one of those professional.
Or how about the Performance Center? You got that giant ass training facility.
Yeah, do something, man. Try to make something like somewhat cool and creative. There might be an interesting way to do this, but honestly, I feel like it's just going to be another vignette that we got of Bianca Belair. Remember, like the vignettes we were getting, like
she was racing people and shit. Which I assume that it's going to be something
I feel like that's what it's going to be.
Right. Which I mean, whatever.
Which at best, it'll be whatever. Exactly. That's at its best.
She's on TV. That's at least we can say that because she on Raw she wasn't at all. So we got to take her.
Oh, Matt Hardy and MVP. Yeah, they did have those challenges. Oh, this might be a string of challenges, man. This might just be the beginning of Bayley and her. Kind of like, what we just got out of the Viking Raiders and the Street Profits.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. That was terrible, too.
No, we're going to do that again. Shit.
Like I said, who are these people that are running these shows? Why is Bruce Pritchard still running these shows? Like, he has shown time and time again his penchant for living in the past and just gargling Vince's balls for no reason. Like, he has no creativity. He literally just recycles himself. Well, I know that'll work because I did it. Yeah, you did it 30 years ago. Yeah. Like, stop doing that. Like, I don't understand. I just don't get it. And we can't. Like, it's shitty, too, because we watch these shows and we just bitch about it. But it's like, come on, man.
Well, I don't bitch. Tuesdays, I don't bitch. Not really. I'm usually happy Tuesday mornings.
I don't know. I just wish, like, wrestling would progress to something. Like, it's supposed to be funny. I get that. It's supposed to be weird. It's supposed to be left field. I understand that, but
I think what they're doing is they're taking segments, like not all of them, because the next segment is just as cheesy, but it works. I think they're doing stuff with the wrong people.
Right.
Bayley and Bianca Belair should be tearing it down in a blood feud.
It should be a 7-series match. Like
incredible matches. Bayley's narcissistic ego taking on Bianca Belair's undeniable confidence and just getting belter after belter of matches out of them. Whereas you could take these cheesy segments, do them with somebody else who's a little bit more adapt to comedy. Like, do them, like, I don't know off the top of my head. Maybe these would be suited for Natalya and Billy Kay or something.
Yeah, I was just about to say Billy Kay. Like that, actually, like that would be a perfect use of Natalya. If you're going to force us, at least let's see her get her ass kicked, fall in a mud puddle or something. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yes.
Something. Like,
yeah.
I just don't understand like how they waste people for these bitch trying to pop the boys in the back or trying to pop the 90-year-old old man. Like, that's not your audience.
Yeah, just my take. I don't hate it. It's like I just want to fast forward to the incredible match these two have. That's all it is. I don't really care about what's going to get us there. I just want an awesome match out of them. Dude, these two, you could have done the Mick Foley best of 7, you know, and I'd be here for it. I'd be here for it because I know that's how talented they are.
Yeah, like Benoit, Booker T, like, or Sheamus and Cesaro. Like
Sheamus and Cesaro, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, just let them tear each other apart, and then last match tied up till we get to the pay-per-view, or even Mania. You could ride this out to Mania, and then make Mania be a last man standing, no holds barred sun match to get to settle the tide and settle the score once and for all. Like, like I said, they're stuck in the 90s. It's Bruce Pritchard. I'm sorry. I've been saying this forever, even before he took over both shows. Like, SmackDown was the worst it's ever been under Bruce Pritchard. We keep forgetting that, and everybody wants to give him a pass. But SmackDown was terrible forever until Roman Reigns came back. And that was the show he was exclusively running. We keep forgetting that.
Yeah, we'll see. Matt Ritter says it right. It's the one person that likes it is the one that matters, and that's Vince McMahon. So
right. Which I get that. I understand that, but you also don't need a head writer pandering to him either. Throw some curveballs in there every once in a while.
But going from giving a cheesy thing to somebody you don't want to see it to something cheesy from someone that thrives in it. Daniel Bryan in the Alpha Academy. Daniel Bryan doing these hip thrusts with Otis while Chad Gable coaches them. It works, man. Daniel Bryan is he's fantastic. I don't mind that stuff. He's obviously who they're painting to maybe not win the Royal Rumble, but they definitely talk about his place in the Royal Rumble a lot more. During him practicing backstage, Cesaro comes out and challenges him. Still paints Nakamura as a heel, bringing up the handshake from last week. And he says Nakamura did that out of pity, so still painting his friend like he's a bad guy. They end up having a very physical match, which comes as a surprise to nobody.
Right.
Daniel Bryan at one point kicks Cesaro clean in the neck and jaw. I'm telling you,
yikes.
Cesaro was supposed to duck and forgot.
I think he was. So I think he was supposed to kick the ring post or whatever. And
dude, he ate that like a champ. Oh my god, that looks so bad. The very next one, he does duck. And Daniel Bryan ends up kicking a ring post. The match continues for a bit. Now Daniel Bryan's injured. Cesaro ends up actually picking up the win, busted open and everything, clean with the neutralizer. Oh, God, these guys, they kill it, man. They kill it in the ring. They kill each other.
It's like another one of those people like Cesaro. Like, how has this man never had a world championship?
Mm-hmm. I saw, what's his name? This fella, Chris Dees, former writer of Wrestling News World. Very polarizing guy online. Very polarizing. He has the whole pessimist persona going on. I don't know if it's true to his character. It's just kind of what he likes to do on Twitter. He usually points out stuff that he thinks is dumb. One of the things he came at tonight, though, was Cesaro on commentary. Said, did you hear him on commentary? No wonder he was never a top guy or world champion.
Yeah, I'm not going to argue that one bit. He is, and will always be terrible on the mic.
Wonder what it is. I wonder if it's just his dialect of English that makes it rough. Like, he can speak English fine, but I wonder if his dialect just doesn't translate well.
Right, and he speaks like 10 fucking languages.
It is true. He's incredibly intelligent.
If
you listen to his like behind the scenes stuff, dude, he drags America through the dirt.
Yeah,
like he does. He drags. Oh man, our school system, our athletics, everything. Cesaro is not a fan. I mean, of some aspects of America. I don't know the guy personally, but from some of the behind the scenes stuff, yeah. Afterwards, we had an interview with Carmella, but is quickly interrupted with Sasha Banks. She challenges the sommelier Reginald to a match. In exchange, she'll give Carmella a championship match. Are we finally going to get a legit intergender match?
I don't think so. I think it's going to be some shit. They start out and then Carmella does something and gets her disqualified because it just says you got to start the match. You just got to have the match and you get the. She didn't say they needed to have a full match or that she needed to win or anything like that. She just said, I get a match with you first. So we'll see.
Yeah. Do you remember the last time they booked an intergender match and followed through with it on screen?
No.
It was Becky Lynch versus James Ellsworth.
Oh, yeah.
And it was a comedy segment. The only offense James was able to do is at one point he fired up and he shoved Becky a couple times out the ring. And everybody was like, ooh, because he looked kind of violent, towards a woman. And on WWE screens, you're not used to seeing that.
Yeah.
But no, Becky, that was it. Becky just demolished him. They were teasing a intergender match between Nia Jax and Dean Ambrose on the way out, but they never followed through with it. I think the rumors were that Mattel was threatening him. Mattel is pretty much the leading force to why WWE stopped intergender matches because they said you couldn't have man-on-woman violence. Otherwise, Mattel would pull their toy line. That took place a long time ago. I think there was a lot to do with between Al Snow's toy line having what they said a decapitated head, although it was a mannequin head.
Right.
And then when Stone Cold beat the piss out of Lita with the chair when she was laying on top of Matt Hardy, and he was in that like two-man power trip with Triple H.
Isn't there toys like Jax or something like that? Like, are they even still with Mattel?
I think they have toy lineups with a lot of different manufacturers. Gotcha. Yeah. But yeah, again, it was Mattel. Man, blame Mattel why we don't have intergender with WWE, intergender wrestling.
And that guy, why is he's literally the same height as Carmella and Sasha Banks.
Dude, think about this, man. That dude's athletic as hell.
Right.
If he goes out there and gets squashed by Sasha Banks, Like, kiss his in-ring career goodbye with WWE. Like, you gonna peak as a manager, and then you're gonna be shipped off to the 24/7 division. Maybe you wind up in the cruiserweights in NXT.
Well, at this point, the 24/7 division gets more shine and more cred than the cruiserweight division. So I mean, that's not really a down. Actually, the cruiserweight title is the cruiserweight reign is down compared to the 24/7.
Yeah,
We just need to
Reggie
keep it real.
he looks like he's talented, man. Some of the stuff we've seen him do, that back roll out the ring, then obviously like the moonsault and stuff. Dude looks like he's got talent behind him, and he's got a good look. He's got a good look. Carmella definitely upgraded from James Ellsworth. I'll give her that. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll see. I think it's gonna be a comedy segment. It's either that or Carmella gets somebody DQ'd. I don't know.
I think it's because, like I said, I didn't say he had to win the match or anything. She just said he needed a match him, so he's probably gonna get squashed.
Yeah. Everyone knows all the Get Show podcast says Jack's Pacific was back in the day. Bama says, I hope we get away from Mattel so we can get Charlotte versus Randy Orton. That'd be interesting. That's a topic for another day. A male championship Charlotte could go after. All right, so going back, co-main event of the evening, Sami Zayn taking on Apollo Cruz. Big E on commentary, has his own couch. Mini fridge, by the way. Gotta throw that out there. Gotta love a mini fridge. You can't see it off screen, but I've got my reliable mini fridge right here. One of the best Father's Day gifts, if not the best Father's Day gift I've ever gotten. But Apollo Cruz and Sami Zayn, they tear it up for a bit. I thought Apollo was going to squash Sami, because Sammy's got that whole conspiracy theory thing going on. So I figured that lends him to take a big loss. But
this is what I thought was going to happen. It was going to be some screwy shit. And then to push both ways. Push Apollo into this heel and also give Sami more juice for the conspiracy theories.
Yeah. Well, Sami did get a little bit of extra juice, because after him trying to pull the trunks on Apollo, and the ref seeing it, Apollo Cruz did the same thing, pulled the trunks on him, which I missed it, but apparently everyone got to see like Sammy's ass crack.
Oh, he pulled his pants halfway fucking down.
Okay, yeah, I missed that part. But,
he almost winked at us.
But Bama says there was a big crack in Sammy's conspiracy theory.
Sami just looks like an old Vietnam vet.
Dude, he really does. His look is it's like vintage.
It's bad, but it's bad in a good way.
Yeah, exactly. I like online someone asked Kevin Owens like why no one went to help him. One of his excuses was, all the people that he backstabbed, but then someone brought up Sami Zayn, and Kevin Owens said like, I told Sami Zayn not to come around me till he starts washing that hair.
I was listening to the Madman podcast, and they were talking that too. They're saying like the same thing I've been saying. So you mean to tell me that all these great guys that are baby faces, none of their friends wanted to come out and help them, but all the asshole guys who screw everybody over, stab them in the back, their friends always come and help immediately. So what is the issue here?
Oh man, I don't know. I will say one thing. After the match, with Apollo Crews grabbing that title and him and Big E jawing at each other, there's something legit there between those two guys.
I think it's just that they're really friends and they know how to talk to each other. And this is something, I'm going to say it, this was some real nigga shit. Excuse my French. This wasn't just like, I'm going to get you, we're going to like, this was how really two black dudes who are getting into it talk to each other.
You could feel, you could feel the tension. Now, whether or not that means like there's something really between them, I don't really mean that.
No, I know.
You could feel their chemistry of competition come up. Like that was not fake.
No, this was two black. This is how black guys. I know you white people watching these guys.
I'm just gonna drink. Go ahead.
If you wanted a rant, I'm gonna give you one. I know it's not really that bad of a rant. Like I know you white guys are used to black dudes shucking and jiving and dancing and shit. But like when black people really get into it, they act like this and they say shit like this and they talk about stuff like this. No one's saying, I'm gonna get you next week, brother, and all that stuff. And each of us, no. It's like, hey, bro, you ain't never gonna get this. You might as well keep looking, keep walking, bro. You ain't got nothing for me, bro. You got to see some real powerful niggatry at work, and I was here for it. Nobody had their customer service voices on. That's what it is. That's the best way to explain it to you white people out there. We didn't have our customer service voice on. It was just two black dudes going at it.
Yeah, that tension was good. I was like, ooh. It's like Big E looks like he's legitimately mad right now.
And you know what else too? As terrible as Apollo is on the mic, did he seem terrible on the mic right there? Well, did that not seem natural? Did it not seem like he had a comeback? It wasn't like he was reading from his hand to see what was next up to be said. Did that sound robotic at all?
Hell no, man. It was fantastic. It was
even
fantastic.
With the cheap smiling black guy, it was still good. Like, and that's the part I've been trying to get. Like, these guys that are writing for them don't know how to write how a black man talks. They just don't. And you saw that, like that shit gave me chills. Like that's the first time in a long time I've as a black man, me seeing two black guys in wrestling going at it and talking like they would if they were in the street or at one of their buddies' house talking shit to each other in the basement, and not us using our customer service voice like I do here on this show.
Bama, I'm glad you asked this question. Perfect. Do y'all think Big E is no longer a Rumble winner candidate now with this IC push and story? Yes.
Yes.
So that's why because of where this IC story is going, that's not going to lend itself enough time to build a story towards Roman at Mania. My thoughts is you can still get there by SummerSlam. You can get a story over by Mania and then start working between him and Roman. I think you can still get to Mania too if you play it up just the Intercontinental stuff and keep it away from to where there's a head somewhere where they have to, like, because remember when we were kids, the Intercontinental title, that guy went on a run and just had the workhorse title to eventually at Mania, whoever won the Royal Rumble, if they didn't do it, or they had to meet because that guy was the Intercontinental champion and he was next up. Well, what I mean is the rumor has been, he's a possible winning candidate for the Rumble to go on and headline Mania against Roman Reigns. I don't think you can get there comfortably anymore because now we got something with him and Apollo,
right?
And that can't be done by Royal Rumble.
I never thought that was going to be the case anyway. Like I never saw him being. I see him making a run in the Rumble, but I never thought he was going to win the Rumble. I always had Daniel Bryan at the top of my list of winners. Like you said, like it's just not enough time to build something for them.
Exactly. I think the clock ran out for me in my head somewhere in late November. I was like, okay, they're not really teasing Big E in anything like main event wise. And then so like come December, I was like, okay, you're running out of time to give this guy main event momentum, And then we saw what happened. They shifted him over to the IC title, gave that to him on Christmas Day. You know what I mean?
So. Which thing is like, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm not mad at this if they don't, like, because my thing is like, and I was saying in the chat, like to me, you have an opportunity to make Big E and Roman be your next Randy and John Cena on SmackDown, because that would be good. Because my thing is, you got Daniel Bryan, you got all those guys. These guys are old. You got maybe 2 or 3 years out of them. If you set this up and play it correctly, we could get Big E and Roman for the next 10 years.
Yeah. Matt Ritter says we're insane. What do you mean we're insane? It'd be a short build. Plus, Big E's doing his own thing now. I'm thankful for what they're doing with E right now.
Yeah, I don't want them to hot shot him either to lose the Roman at Mania and we never hear from him again. Like I don't want that.
The road. Bullshit. Becky's run started back in like goddamn Survivor Series.
Well, she got punched in the face.
Yeah. No, it does not always start at the Rumble. Big E is just starting something.
Actually, if you really think about it, Drew's run really started at the Rumble.
That's true. But what was Drew doing before that?
he was kind of turning heel. He was back and forth. 1 week he was kind of heelish. 1 week he was kind of a face. Like it was going back and forth. Remember, that's when he first started doing the countdown for the Claymore and all that.
Yeah. No, Big E right now though is almost a month into, or a couple weeks into his Intercontinental Championship run. Big E is already on a path.
Right.
Drew wasn't really on a definitive path
when
he went into Rumble.
No, I totally agree with you. Like I said, I don't want that anyway. I don't want this hot-shotted into Mania for us to get one good run out of Big E and never get anything else. I want him to like build up a resume and build up his cachet to when they do finally meet. Even if it's Mania next year, it's not just the guy that was the Intercontinental Champion coming off his run with New Day. Like I want him to be not far, but far enough away from New Day in his singles career to where he has something to stand toe-to-toe with Roman. Because right now he doesn't. Right now, like you said, 2 weeks into an Intercontinental reign, couple months removed from being with New Day, like he still hasn't come into his own yet. Like I like the direction he's going, but like I'd rather them take their time with it and not force it. Like I said, I see this potential to be a real fucking feud, a career-making feud for him and a career-long feud if they play it correctly.
Yeah.
Like, they match each other perfectly. Like he can carry Roman on the mic if he needs to. They're both decent in the ring, so we ain't got to worry about that. They got kind of different styles, so we can get a different type of style going in with big bruiser like Big E, and Roman can play the heel, but also get his ass kicked trying to fight from the bottom. Like there's so many things that they can work with these two if they do it correctly. Where you could, like I said, you can get a 10-year feud out of this to where they can be each other's Randy and Cena.
I can't wait to see him cross paths.
That's all. That's what I'm saying. That's what I can't believe I'm actually agreeing with you for once about Big E, but I am. Like I don't want that fast shit, tracking him into it. No, not at all.
Fantastic, man. Fantastic. And then we go from the heavy, palpable tension of Big E's future to kind of the flat, wet blanket of a finish we got tonight. I'm not mad at it. It kind of screws up the last couple weeks.
Right.
So for one, Roman Reigns and Adam Pearce in the ring. Roman standing at the head of the table, refusing the second chair, looking at Adam Pearce, demanding his chair. Fantastic tension. Like it was good character stuff, man. Bravo.
Right.
However, Adam finally signs the contract after a little bit of jaw jacking. Adam Pearce signs the contract, swerves all of us in a brilliant character developing move, smirks and says, after Roman signs, smirks and says, I've been waiting for you to do that all night. And Adam Pearce has a plan. And Roman, Jay, Paul Heyman all look confused and then slightly concerned. As Adam Pearce starts walking up the ramp, he starts limping. The audio kind of goes in and out, so I think I'm just going to kind of like guess at what he was saying on the mic. But he was kind of telling Roman, he got on the mic at the top of the ramp. He's like, oh man, my knee. It's a really bum knee.
Started limping.
Yeah. He's like, you know what I mean, how injuries can kind of just arise. And then he says up there, he's like, I don't think I'm going to be medically cleared come time for Mania. But like all of WWE's products and cards say, card subject to change. And he says, I might need a replacement. In fact, I have one. Cue Kevin Owens music. I called this before the night even started. Said Kevin was getting in on this. And Kevin comes out and signs the contract. We're getting a last-minute standing match between Kevin Owens, Roman Reigns. I mean, I called
the injury part. I told you that he faked some injury or some shit, and I thought I didn't think it'd be literally the next damn week, but I also didn't think it was going to be Kevin Owens. I was hoping it was going to be Shinsuke, but
yeah,
like I said, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it at all. It's going to be a great match. It's just lazy fucking booking, man. Like
it also means that entire gauntlet match, which you could have built a lot of momentum, was kind of like overdoing a babyface turn for Nakamura. Right. You know,
they should have just put Kevin Owens in that spot. Then it would have gave him some momentum going in to this title match at Rumble, like one of the big four. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe the second biggest pay-per-view of your year. Like, why would you not do that for him? It's like, because now you wasted that opportunity with You built up all that goodwill with the fans to slap us in the fucking face. Then on top of it, 3 more months of what's it been 2 or 3 months of Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns?
Yeah, it's been a minute.
And another loss for Kevin Owens. Never gonna get that title back.
No.
Why?
No, he
Why?
ain't. Whew. Yeah, he ain't getting that belt.
Kevin Owens is the swerve of SmackDown.
I know. Hopefully after he loses, he has a good showing in the Rumble. But yeah, Kevin just, I feel like, I don't know if we'll ever see NXT champ Kevin Owens, Universal champ Kevin Owens. That was prime Kevin Owens. That was a killer. That was the prize fighter. That was a guy that came out, beat John Cena on his debut, had the NXT title, and stomped on the U.S. championship title. Unfortunately, we're probably never going to get that Kevin Owens again.
Nope. And it's terrible. He should not be a face. Like, I don't understand why they keep making him a face. Like, it goes flat and people lose on it all the time. Like, I don't. Kevin Owens is a built to last heel. Like, he should always be a heel.
Yeah. No, I completely agree with you. I mean, I don't mind having him as a face here and there.
Right.
But as long as they've drawn it out, it ain't helping nobody.
No.
Team him and Sami up, man. Go get those tag titles. Once Sami's done with this conspiracy theory documentary, which I cannot wait to see. As good as WWE is at producing video packages, they're going to knock it out the park with that conspiracy video. They are going to kill it with that. Oh my God, I can't wait.
Get us a Sami title shot or something out of it. Like, don't just do it for the sake of fucking doing it. Like,
right.
Let's actually get something out of it.
Yeah.
I just got a feeling it's going to disappear before we do.
We'll have to wait and see. But that was SmackDown. It's pretty good, like we said. It was a decent show. There was some fun stuff to pick out of there. Some other stuff, kind of made us groan, but that's WWE. It's what you get. Yep. Coming up tomorrow. Is tomorrow Hard to Kill? TNA's or Impact's show?
I think so.
Let me look at this really quick. I know we're not going to cover it, but I'm interested in it. Hard to Kill 2021 says that it is. God, come on! I just want to see time and date. It says it starts at 8 p.m. Yeah, what day though? I think it's tomorrow. I want to say it's tomorrow.
It is January 6th. Yep.
Okay, thank you. You gonna check it out?
Yeah, probably not tomorrow night. I'll probably watch it Sunday.
Yeah. Tomorrow's a UFC event. I have to watch that for the other show I'm on. And also because I'm a fan of UFC. I don't watch it because I have to. I actually love watching UFC. And then, yeah, I'm gonna check out Hard to Kill. I still have not watched New Japan. I've got to go back and watch New Japan. It's
so worth it. Like, even if we don't even have to do the show, just watch it. It's fucking...
I know, man. I will. I promise you I will. I just...
Like, don't get me wrong, the Jay White shit, the Jay White and
Bushi.
Yeah.
Kota Ibushi.
Way too fucking long, but it was still a dope match. Like, it was like 48 minutes.
So I saw clips of the ending of both matches, and I saw that New Japan did something really unique with the finish of both of them. Like Kota Ibushi attempting to pin Naito, again, not even realizing he had already won the match.
Yeah.
And then Jay White trying to cling on to the title belts while the ref pulled him out of his hands. Yeah. I did see those two moments, and I was like, God, dude, New Japan knows how to tell some good stories. Even though I didn't see the matches, I could just picture in my head what led to those spots.
I hope Jay White actually comes. Like, I hope he doesn't come to WWE, but I hope he does. Because
my early speculation is that he'll be part of the American show that they're teasing. That they're going to do some shows here in the States. They're going to have a broadcast show, and I think that's what he's lined up for.
Well, for all the stuff that I've heard is that he's in serious talks with WWE.
Maybe, man. He might be sitting down with Triple H right now.
He said he's gone. I mean, he said he's gone. He said he was gone after the match. So.
Yeah. I mean, kayfabe. Once again, you guys, thank you all for watching the show. Make sure you subscribe to all of our Twitch channels, Putting You Over, SmackDown Podcast, so you never miss a live recap. Head over to YouTube once again. Please subscribe over there. We're working really hard to build our show up. And then, yeah, if you want to, support us on Patreon. It'd be really nice. I'm waiting for another Patreon notification to pop up. It makes me feel terrific inside. Right. But of course, like always, until the next time, y'all have a good one.
Peace out, y'all.